If you're a scary movie lover, you might actually know The Bell Witch, the film, An American Haunting, and The Blair Witch Project are both based on the story. Way back in the early 1800s, a man named John Bell moved his family to an area in Tennessee called Red River, which is known as Adams, Tennessee. After they had settled in the new home, some particular things started happening. The Bell family began hearing some bizarre noises, including dog barking, chains rattling, rats chewing, and a woman whispering. Soon the woman became known as the Bell Witch, and many people believe she's the ghost of a former neighbor of the Bells, Kate Batts. Batts and the Bells had a dispute over land, and she had sworn vengeance on the Bell family before she died. Later on, Bell died from poisoning, and it's rumored to be the works of the Bell Witch. I guess bad happenings happen in the Bell Witch. It was a true story. If you watch the movie, you might feel a bit frightened because it's a true story. A taste of true hauntings. Love travel over this spooky bridge in Marina, Florida, which has several ghost legends surrounding the structures. According to its official website in 1830, Elizabeth Jane Crome, Bellany married politician Dr. Samuel C. Bellmany. On their wedding night, her dress accidentally caught on fire, which covered the young bride in horrible burns. She intuitively survived, but eventually passed away. Elizabeth was buried along the banks of Shapola River, and it was said her love for her husband was so strong she couldn't rest. The deceased newlywed, dressed in white, can allegedly be seen wandering the banks from vantage point of the bridge, which was built after she died. It's said she appears on the fire either walking through the swamps or diving straight into the river, and if to douse the flames or somebody walking along the sides of the river. That's a very creepy story. It makes you scared to walk on the river. The Ghost of Deer Island. Back in May 1922, Anthony Ragusin, aka Mr. Tony, relied this tale in Columbia in the Sun Herald. He writes in the early 1800s, two fishermen spent the night on Deer Island off Biloxi coast. They heard noises. They ignored it until it became impossible to do so. When they went to see what was causing the ruckus, they claimed they found a headless skeleton that ran after the pair. They immediately made a beeline for their boat and got off the island immediately. It's said the bony frame belongs to a pirate who had his head chopped off by the captain, and his body was left behind as a ghastly guard to watch over buried treasure. The next story is Zombie Road, Willwood, Missouri. Outside St. Louis lies Zombie Road, a hotbed of ghostly activities. There are many scary stories stemming from Lawler Ford Road. It's actually named from sightings of indignant spirits wandering stretch to victim of train accidents. They used to be active tracks there, like Delia Hamilton McCullough, who was struck by a passing train in the 1950s. It became popular late night teen hangout spot with various murders happening in the area too. It also been rumored to be the home base of a murderer named Zombie who escaped a mental asylum. These days the stretch have been cherished, rechristened as a nature trail, but it's closed one nightfall with hefty fines for those who dare to trespass. This is too long a story. Here's one. The Myrtle Planetarium, St. Franceville, Louisiana. Of the numerous spirit hauntings, this planetarium, built in 1796 in St. Franceville, Louisiana, the most known entirely is Chloe. According to the official website, it said that planetarium owner Clark Woodruff carried on an affair with his slave Chloe, who he ended abruptly. She began to eavesdrop on his conversation, and he caught her. As punishment, he cut her ear off. She then poisoned the rest of his family with a birthday cake, leaving him alone. The other slaves knew what she had done and hanged her. She supposedly still remains on the property with a photograph from 1992 where her spirit is reportedly visible. That's the end of my ghost story.